All right, welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place by helping us lock up the bad guys. I'm Chris Wright, along with Calhoun County Sheriff Matthew Wade. Got a few more this week, didn't we?
Hey, it's always good to be on the show. We got 3 arrests this week. Our viewers have never let us down, and that's just, I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Brings our count up to 4,297 people put in jail, all because somebody wanted to get involved, and we appreciate that more than you know.
3 new jailbirds, and of course, speaking of jailbirds, it's Thanksgiving week.
Thanksgiving, so you know, today we're taping the show, but Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we always fry turkeys, and we probably will fry around 250. We have 35 burners going. We do it to try to help people who don't know how to do it, because it is dangerous.
It is.
If you don't know what you're doing, you got to be very careful with that.
And it's also a fundraiser for the Deputy Sheriff's Association, and they use that money for kids at Christmas time, which is great. You say about 250, but about 125 of those will be from the public, people bringing those in. And I think last year we had a big line. When you were getting started, there were already 125 turkeys out there waiting in line.
There's people out there in line. They get there early. They've kind of got it figured out. And you know, I wish I could do one for everybody who wanted to. It's just there is limitations to the oil and to our funds, and it's just something that, you know. The other thing is we do it as an agency, and everybody brings a dish, and at lunchtime we all eat together as an agency. That everybody that can, people come, and it's grown to where we weren't doing anything to now that we all sit down and show how we're thankful for each other and thankful for what we have. And it's just a great time, a great way to start off the holiday season, and gets us prepared to go out and serve our people the way we should. So.
That is a great way to start the season. A really bad way to start the season is getting your Christmas gifts stolen on Black Friday. So really quickly, what do we need to do?
You know, most things that are stolen out of cars is because the car is unlocked, or somebody, it's visible, people are coming by and they can see it. So you want to lock it. You want to keep your car locked, even in your driveway. You want to hide items in it, or not even leave those in there. I know sometimes that you can't do that, but hide it, lock it, keep it. So.
Somebody tried to steal stuff out of my car in my driveway this week, but it was locked. Sorry, you didn't get it. All right, we need to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up on our lineup this week, Shelby Huff. Miss Huff, last known to be living in Alexandria, she's wanted for failure to appear on receiving stolen property ×2 and use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And we'd like you to take a look at Jeremiah Wilkins. Mr. Wilkins, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And this is Simeon Howard. Mr. Howard, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a sex offender registration offense. And meet Sabrina Cochran. Miss Cochran, last known to be living in Wellington, she's wanted for non-payment of child support and failure to appear on child support, the face of a deadbeat mom. And take a look at Stacy Shaddix. Miss Shaddix, last known to be living in East Aboga, she's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property third. And meet Terrell Batchelor. Mr. Batchelor, last known to be living in Oxford, he's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. And last up for the first half of our lineup, Darla Keller. Miss Keller, last known to be living in Piedmont, she's wanted for a probation violation on possession of a controlled substance. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
And in case you hadn't noticed, it is holiday season, and we've got Christmas bearing down on us. Thanksgiving first, but then Christmas is going to be here real quick, and that means all kinds of Christmas activities starting immediately, right,
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is.
It really is.
It's also the worst time of the year in some ways, but it is overall the most wonderful time of the year.
It is the most wonderful time of the year. I have every birthday in my family except for me and my son, and is in December, along with my anniversary in November, along with Thanksgiving. So
you need a loan?
I need a loan. I need two of me.
Well, if you need to do some shopping, our next guest here can help you with that. Riley Johnson with Main Street Anniston. How you doing, Riley?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me.
We've got some wonderful options downtown for the sheriff to do some birthday and Christmas shopping, don't we?
Absolutely. So part of the Black Friday through Cyber Monday phenomenon is Small Business Saturday, which typically falls on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, which most people know coincides with the biggest event in town, the Iron Bowl. So we have some opportunities for people to shop small on November 24th, but we're also promoting for people to shop small on December 1st. We've got a ton of great shops downtown, like Rosalie, Simply Shabby, the Alexander shops at Noble, along with CD Cellar, Piper's Playhouse, Trinity Ceramics. We've got a ton of options for people, whether you're looking for a husband gift, a son gift, something for your wife or daughter or girlfriend. There are tons of different options for people to find something unique, like at Western Auto. If you're looking for something for the music fan in your life, CD Cellar has some really cool options. We've got great unique jewelry and clothing, some other options for people to hand make gifts, like at Trinity Ceramics. You can hand paint trees or hand paint the wise men, some different fun activities you can do.
They would be stick wise men.
I love the downtown shopping with the unique local stores for a few reasons. Obviously, spending local keeps the money local, so it circulates and helps the community, helps pay for the sheriff's office to keep doing what they do, and all these other things that we've got to have. But also, I hate going in and spending my money to buy something for somebody knowing that they walked past it. Maybe they're up in Chicago, but they walked past it in the same box store up there, and they didn't buy it for themselves. Why should I buy it for them? Or they looked at it on the same website. If they didn't want it enough to buy it for themselves, it's really not going to be that great coming from me. If I'm going to these shops downtown Anniston, I'm seeing things that are different from what they're seeing wherever they're shopping.
Sure. And I always have anxiety about buying something and it being a duplicate gift that somebody else also purchased for that same person. So the shopping small gives you an opportunity to find things you wouldn't normally find, like you're saying. So we definitely want people to visit our local shops downtown this holiday season.
And it's not just the shops with the long-term goods, but the restaurants, a gift certificate to one of our downtown restaurants would make a nice gift, wouldn't it, Sheriff?
It is, and not to forget Candace Tenner has Fits
Absolutely,
Possible.
sure.
I've been going to her since August, and she is an amazing person. She's a good life coach, and she's right there on 11th Street on Noble, and she is a wonderful person who has a wonderful business down there, and a lot of us go to it to do exercise so you can get those turkey pounds off.
Yeah, get a jump start on your New Year resolution. Yeah.
And sometimes people may say, well, you're focusing too much on downtown. We got these other businesses elsewhere, and those are great too. But a thriving downtown really does have a positive impact on the overall community. They keep showing that with the different studies and such, and we've got opportunities in downtown Anniston, which I'm sure there's still some moving pieces with the city hall and the federal courthouse and that, so we're not ready to say, hey, this is what's going to be the future of Anniston, but we do know that a lot of opportunities there.
Sure, and if you really look at it, downtown is the cultural center for your town in a lot of ways, and we've had a couple new businesses open lately. One is called the Wet Whistle. It's a bar, so if you're looking to escape from your family, they're a great place to go. I kid, but there's some new life that's coming to downtown, and we're really excited to see how that impacts long term and how it fits in with the bigger scale projects like the new courthouse and some of those other projects that are coming down the pike. So a lot of good stuff is happening downtown. We're really excited to reintroduce people to downtown in the coming months, and we hope that people will continue to visit our shops and our restaurants.
We do kind of get the short end of the stick, though, with Small Business Saturday being the same day as the Iron Bowl, and also, Sheriff, of course, our Gamecocks are playing a playoff game that evening. So it's good that we're kind of spreading those out a little bit too.
Yeah, so you don't have to just subscribe to the November 24th Shop Small Business Saturday. We learned that you can have some flexibility and you can do things when they fit in your schedule. So December 1st is something that we're really trying to promote as well for Shop Small.
All right, so we need to take a quick break, but I want to talk about the Christmas parade. Obviously, that's coming up here soon, and what else is going on in downtown Anniston. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes here, and we'll have the second half of this week's lineup and more about what's happening with Main Street Anniston next here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Tina Mosley. Miss Mosley, last known to be living in Ohatchee, she's wanted on a bond revocation for possession of a controlled substance and use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Take a look at Cedric Jones. Mr. Jones, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for non-payment of child support and failure to appear for child support, the face of a deadbeat dad. And meet Tyrone Martin. Mr. Martin, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted on a probation violation for possession of burglar's tool. And have a look at Terry Cruz. Mr. Cruz, last known to be living in Huntsville, he's wanted on a probation violation for attempting to manufacture seconds. And this is Julia Beam. Miss Beam, last known to be living in Ohatchee, she's wanted on theft of property first, motor vehicle. And last up in our lineup this week, Misty Franz. Miss Franz, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for probation revocation on arson second, possession of a controlled substance, and theft of property fourth, and failure to appear for obstruction of justice by using a false ID. And that's our lineup this week. If you know the whereabouts of any of these folks, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers. That number 256-238-1414.
All right, coming up in just a few minutes, we'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our Crazy Criminal of the Week. Usually I get to surprise the sheriff with their crazy criminal, but you're going to surprise me today.
I am going to surprise you today.
I can't wait to see this. He's been hiding my eyes from it
Yes.
so far, but I'll see it soon here.
That's right.
Right now, Riley Johnson is with us from Main Street Anniston, and we're talking about all things Christmas with the Shop Small Saturday coming up and other opportunities to shop in downtown Anniston with our local retailers and keep that money local. And a good time to do that, of course, would be around the Christmas parade, right?
Sure. Our annual Christmas parade is going to be on December 11th this year at 6:30, the normal route down Noble Street. So we're really excited to continue that tradition. We've got Santa Claus on the schedule, so he will be there. Some local high schools are going to be there with their bands and other schools, other community groups. So we're really excited to have a good showing. The theme is Christmas stories, so we're excited to see what kind of floats the community groups come up with to fit in that theme. It's going to be emceed by the Music Box, another local business downtown. So we're really fortunate to have a strong community support for this event. It's a great event that people seem to really love. So we're excited to continue that.
Mm-hmm. And that, I believe, will be the last of the Christmas parades in Calhoun County. So everybody can go to their, if they live outside Anniston, they can go to their local Christmas parade wherever they live and then come back and get a double dose.
Yeah, so this county really loves Christmas. There, I think, are 9 different Christmas parades in the area, and ours is the final one in the series. So you can go to Heflin's, I think, is on December 8th, and Oxford's is on December 6th. I know Weaver has one. I think Jacksonville has one as well. So you can make an event of it, go to all of them, and cap it off with downtown Anniston.
I have tried to do that. That is a challenge.
It is a challenge.
It would be an impressive feat, but if you really love the holiday season, what better way to get ready for it? Good transition from the Thanksgiving holiday.
All right, so have we seen a lot of entries for this year's parade?
I think so. It's continued to grow. I know last year they had some pretty crummy weather, so we're hoping for clear skies and a brisk 40, not anything too much lower. So hopefully we'll have some nice weather.
Yeah, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, they are looking at possibly the coldest Thanksgiving on record in New York. Alice wants me to take her to that parade one day, but it ain't going to be this year.
I don't blame you.
It's going to be in the mid-20s for that one.
No, that's not something we're interested in.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it won't be quite that cold for us here for Thanksgiving, and hopefully not on December 11th, you said?
December 11th at 6:30.
6:30 p.m. Right there downtown where it always is, and a good chance for people that maybe haven't been downtown recently to go in and see a little bit about what's going on, because it is constantly evolving.
And the main stage for the parade will be at the intersection of 11th and Noble, where our downtown Christmas tree is. So that's a good place to gather for viewing. But the route is from 16th Street all the way to 9th Street, so you can really line up at any point along that parade route and get a good view of the parade. And we're hoping that our downtown businesses do some different specials that night for people who attend the parade and want to stay downtown for dinner or stay downtown to do some shopping, something like that.
Yeah, the timing's pretty good there for dinner. You can either have an early dinner right before the parade, or you can get dinner right after the parade. Some people might even find a table where they can sit and eat during the parade and watch it.
Yeah, some good window seats.
Yeah.
We have some very festive businesses downtown. Everybody's got some really elaborate Christmas displays. You know, Classic on Noble was putting the final touches on their Christmas display last week. They always do a good show with some great trees. So Simply Shabby has I know that Natalie put a lot of work into her Christmas display. So make sure you stop by and compliment them on their hard work.
Sheriff's Office getting ready?
We're always ready, man. That's what we do. But we love Christmas season, and we'll be a part of the parades and go out there and do our community policing. So it's something that's important.
What about one other specific guest? Do we know if Santa's going to make it this year?
Santa is going to make it. He will be there escorted by the fire department. So we'll make sure that he is taken care of.
The firemen always get the best jobs, don't they?
They do.
They get
do.
the best dogs.
It's because they've got the best
Second
trucks.
time I've said that today.
They got the coolest vehicle, so.
I don't know. The Sheriff's Office had some pretty cool vehicles.
I do want to drive a fire truck, though, so I have to admit that I probably have to side with her. I'd like to drive a fire truck.
Well, how do you beat the firemen?
Well, they can't put anybody in jail on weekend.
There you go. Lock them up and take their truck.
True.
That's right.
All right, so December the 11th at 6:30 downtown Anniston, the Anniston Christmas Parade. Is there still room for people that say, we haven't signed up yet, but we'd like to be part of the parade this year?
Absolutely. So the best way to sign up is to go to mainstreetanniston.com. You can access the registration form from that page, download it, and my contact information is in that information packet, so you just send it right back to me. We are asking that people complete their submissions by next Monday, which is the 26th, so that we have enough time to coordinate lineup and all that good stuff. But we do have that registration still open at mainstreetanniston.com.
Good idea to go ahead and bookmark that page as well, because you can
Yes.
always go back there and see what other events are coming up downtown.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Riley, for being with us, and
Thank you for
good luck
having me.
for a wonderful holiday season for downtown Anniston.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
All right. We will be back in just a couple of moments. I can't wait. Usually I'm doing the surprising, but today I'll be surprised with our crazy criminal of the week next on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to help our investigators on the following cases. First up, on November 11th, a red utility trailer was stolen from a residence on Fish Hatchery Road in East Daboga. And sometime between October 30th and November 2nd, a Verma wood chipper was stolen from a location on Highway 431 in Alexandria. And sometime between November 4th and November 6th, the black carry-on trailer was stolen from a residence on Capco Drive in Anniston. On November 7th, a home on Helamanard Road in Ohatchee was burglarized. They got away with a safe, a handgun, and some currency. And between November 4th and November 10th, a home on Scenic Mountain Way in Jacksonville was burglarized. They got away with a bunch of grocery items. And last up on your caseload this week, between November 10th and November 12th, a gun stolen from a vehicle parked at a residence on Boiling Springs Road in Oxford. And that's it for the Crime Stoppers portion of the show. If you know any information about these cases, and we hope you do, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
All right, time for our crazy criminal, Sheriff. What do you got for me?
Every week you try to surprise me, so I come across this. I immediately thought of you and the crazy criminal, so I want to do it. If we could bring the graphic up. So this man was arrested for making a threat to blow up a bathroom. He says it's all a mistake. That when he was talking about blowing the bathroom up, had nothing to do with a bomb.
What did it have to do with?
I'm not quite sure, but that's his excuse. You know, sometimes we've arrested people here locally and they have drugs in their pants. They go, those are not my pants. Well, he says the bomb he was referring to in the bathroom was not an explosive device. So that's
something worse.
Something worse, I imagine. So a new defense that we have is he was arrested for a terroristic threat.
Yeah.
Of trying to blow up a bathroom, and he said it had nothing to do with a bomb.
That's a very real threat if it's coming from my oldest son, I'll tell you that much. All right.
Sorry, it's Thanksgiving, we'll be eating all these dinners. Don't get arrested for threatening to blow up the bathroom.
That's all the time we have for this week. Have a happy holiday. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.